Welcome back to our channel. Today we are talking about a classic and historic American coin that collectors love all around the world. The famous USA Lincoln Wheat Penny from the year 1946 with no mint mark. This small copper coin may look ordinary, but it carries a fascinating story from an important time in American history, just after World War II. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first regular United States coin to feature a real historical person. The coin was designed by the talented sculptor Victor David Brenner, whose initials VDB can be found on some early versions of the coin. The obverse side of the 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny shows the portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing to the right. Above his head you can see the word Liberty, while the date 1946 appears on the right side. The motto "In God We Trust" is written across the top of the coin. Since this coin has no mint mark under the date, it means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which was the main minting facility in the United States. Now let's look at the reverse side of the coin. On the back you will see two wheat stalks curving along the left and right edges. These wheat ears represent prosperity and growth in the United States. Between the wheat stalks are the words 1 cent and United States of America. At the top of the reverse side is the Latin motto E pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one. The year 1946 was a significant time for America. World War II had just ended in 1945, and the country was entering a new era of rebuilding and economic growth. Coins from this period represent the beginning of a peaceful chapter in American history, which makes them very interesting for collectors. The 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark was produced in large numbers. More than 991 million coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint that year. Because of this high mintage, the coin is still relatively common today, but its value can increase depending on its condition. If you have a 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny in circulated condition, its value today is usually around 10 cents to 50 cents. A coin in very fine condition may sell for around $1 to $2. If the coin is in extremely fine condition, collectors may pay around $3 to $5. However, if you are lucky enough to own a 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny in brilliant uncirculated condition, the value can reach $10 to $25 or even higher depending on its quality and grading. Coins with original red copper color are especially desirable and can sell for even more in the collector's market. Another important factor that can increase the value of this coin is the presence of minting errors. Sometimes collectors find coins with double strikes, off-center designs, or other rare mint errors. These unusual coins can be worth much more than the normal versions. The 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny is not just a coin. It is a small piece of American history that reflects the post-war era and the legacy of President Abraham Lincoln. Even though millions were made, collectors still enjoy finding well-preserved examples for their collections. Next coin. The famous 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny from the United States of America. This small copper coin may look ordinary at first glance, but for collectors it carries historical importance and real value in today's coin market. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. The coin was designed by the talented sculptor Victor David Brenner, whose initials VDB can be found on many Lincoln pennies. The design features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front side of the coin. On the obverse, or front side, you will see the right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln. Above his head is the word Liberty, and the year 1950 appears on the right side. Just below the year you will notice a small letter D, which is the mint mark. This D mint mark means the coin was produced at the famous Denver Mint in Denver, Colorado. The reverse side of the coin displays two wheat ears surrounding the words 1 cent and United States of America. Because of these wheat ears, collectors call this coin the Lincoln Wheat Penny. This design remained in circulation from 1909 until 1958 and became one of the most recognizable coins in American history. The 1950 D Lincoln Wheat Penny was produced in large numbers. More than 334 million coins were minted at the Denver Mint that year. Even though the mintage was high, collectors still search for well-preserved examples with strong details and original color. Now let's talk about the value of this coin in today's market. The price depends greatly on the condition of the coin. A 1950 D Lincoln Wheat Penny in circulated condition is usually worth around $0.10 to $0.50. Coins in very fine condition can sell for about $1 to $3. If the coin is in extremely fine or almost uncirculated condition, it may reach around $5 to $10. However, collectors always look for coins in mint state condition. A bright red uncirculated 1950 D Wheat Penny graded MS65 can sometimes sell for $25 or even more depending on demand. Coins with full original red color are especially attractive to collectors and can command higher prices at auctions. Another factor that can increase the value is a rare minting error. If you find a 1950 D penny with double die errors, off-center strikes, or unusual minting mistakes, the value could be much higher than the standard price. Even though the 1950 D Lincoln Wheat Penny is not the rarest coin in the series, it remains an important collectible for anyone building a complete Lincoln Wheat Penny collection. It represents a piece of mid-20th century American history and continues to be loved by collectors around the world. So the next time you check your old coin jar or collection, keep an eye out for the 1950 D Lincoln Wheat Penny. That small copper coin might be a valuable addition to your collection. Next coin. This is the famous 1952 D Lincoln Wheat Penny, a classic coin from the United States that still attracts collectors around the world. If you enjoy learning about rare and valuable coins, then this video will be very interesting for you. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. The coin was designed by the talented sculptor Victor David Brenner. The wheat penny was produced until 1958, and during these years it became one of the most recognizable coins in American history. Now let's talk about the 1952 D Lincoln Wheat Penny. The letter D under the date represents the Denver Mint, one of the main coin-producing facilities in the United States. In 1952, the Denver Mint produced a large number of these pennies, with a total mintage of about 746 million coins. Even though millions were made, collectors still search for well-preserved examples. On the front side of the coin, you will see the portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing to the right. Above his head is the word Liberty, while the phrase "In God We Trust" appears along the top edge. The year 1952 is also clearly marked on the front, along with a small D mint mark below the date. When we turn the coin over, we see the famous wheat design. Two wheat ears appear on both sides of the coin, which is why these coins are commonly called wheat pennies. In the center you will find the words 1 cent, and above that the inscription United States of America. At the top, the motto E Pluribus Unum is also displayed. The 1952 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny is made mostly of copper. Its weight is about 3.11 grams, and its diameter is 19 millimeters. These classic specifications remained the same for most wheat pennies during that era. Now let's talk about the value of this coin in today's market. The price mainly depends on the condition of the coin. A circulated 1952 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny in average condition usually sells for about $0.10 to $0.30. However, if the coin is in good condition with clear details, collectors may pay around $1 to $3. If the coin is found in uncirculated or mint state condition, the value can increase significantly. Some high-grade examples have sold for $10, $20, or even more, depending on their quality and grading. Collectors also pay close attention to coins with strong details, bright surfaces, and minimal wear. A coin that has been carefully preserved over the years can be much more desirable than an ordinary circulated example. Another exciting thing for collectors is the possibility of error coins. Occasionally, a 1952 D penny may have minting errors such as doubled letters or unusual strikes. These rare error coins can sometimes sell for much higher prices because collectors love unique variations. Even though the 1952 D Lincoln Wheat Penny is not extremely rare, it remains an important piece of American coin history. Many collectors keep these coins as part of a complete wheat penny collection that covers nearly 50 years of production. If you have an old jar of coins at home, it might be worth checking carefully. You could find a hidden treasure like the 1952 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny waiting to be discovered. Next coin. Today we are talking about a classic and collectible American coin, the 1953 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny. This small copper coin is part of one of the most famous coin series in the history of the United States. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It was the first regular U.S. coin to feature a real historical person. The coin was designed by Victor David Brenner, and the Wheat Penny series continued until 1958. Let's look at the design of the 1953 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny. On the front of the coin you will see the portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing to the right. Above his head is the word Liberty, and the year 1953 is shown on the right side. Below the date you will notice the small letter D, which is the mint mark of the Denver Mint where this coin was produced. The phrase "In God We Trust" appears along the top edge of the coin. Now let's turn to the reverse side. On the back you will see two wheat ears on the left and right sides, which is why collectors call this coin the Wheat Penny. In the center are the words 1 cent and United States of America. At the top you will see the Latin motto E Pluribus Unum. The 1953 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny was produced in large numbers at the Denver Mint. In that year, more than 700 million coins were minted, making it a common coin for collectors. However, coins in better condition can still have a nice value today. Now let's talk about the value of this coin in today's market. If you have a 1953 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny in circulated condition, meaning it has been used in everyday transactions and shows wear, the value is usually around 3 to 10 cents. If the coin is in very fine condition with clear details, it can be worth about 20 cents to 50 cents. If you are lucky enough to have a 1953 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny in uncirculated condition with bright original color, collectors may pay between $3 and $8 depending on the quality. High-grade coins that are professionally graded in mint state condition can sometimes sell for $15 or more, especially if they have strong red copper color and very sharp details. Even though the 1953 Rare Wheat penny is not extremely rare, it is still a wonderful piece of American history. Many collectors love this coin because of its classic wheat design and its connection to the long Lincoln cent series. Next coin. The most interesting and collectible coins in American history, the 1955 Rare Lincoln Wheat penny. This small copper coin may look ordinary at first glance, but for coin collectors and history lovers it holds a fascinating story and real value in today's coin market. The Lincoln Wheat penny is one of the most famous coins ever produced in the United States. It was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The coin features the portrait of the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, on the front side. This design was created by the talented sculptor Victor David Brenner and became the first regular U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. On the front of the 1955 Lincoln Wheat penny you will see the profile of Abraham Lincoln facing to the right. Above his head appears the word Liberty, while the phrase "In God We Trust" is written along the top edge of the coin. The year 1955 appears on the right side of Lincoln's portrait, and just below the year you will find the small letter D, which is the mint mark. This mint mark tells us the coin was produced at the Denver Mint in the United States. Now let's look at the reverse side of the coin. The back features the words 1 cent in large letters, with United States of America written underneath. Above these words you will see the Latin motto E pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one. On both sides of the design are two wheat stalks, which is why these coins are commonly known as wheat pennies. This classic wheat design remained in use from 1909 until 1958, making it a favorite among collectors. The 1955 Rare Lincoln Wheat penny was struck at the Denver Mint with a mintage of more than 563 million coins. Because such a large number were produced, this coin is not extremely rare in circulated condition. However, collectors still search for well-preserved examples, especially coins that have strong detail and minimal wear. The coin is made primarily of copper, containing 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. It weighs about 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. Over time, copper coins often develop a beautiful brown or reddish tone, which many collectors appreciate. Now let's talk about the value of the 1955 Rare Lincoln Wheat penny in today's coin market. If you have a coin in good circulated condition, its value usually ranges from about $0.10 to around $0.30. Coins in very fine condition can sell for around $0.50 to $1 depending on their appearance and detail. If the coin is found in extremely fine or almost uncirculated condition, the value can increase to around $2 to $5. Bright red uncirculated coins with excellent preservation can be worth even more, sometimes reaching $10 or higher depending on grading and collector demand. Even though the 1955 Rare Wheat penny is common, it remains an important piece of American coin history. For many collectors, it represents the classic era of the wheat penny design and the long legacy of Abraham Lincoln on U.S. coinage. So if you ever come across a 1955 Rare Lincoln Wheat penny in your coin jar, pocket change, or old collection, take a closer look. You might be holding a small but meaningful piece of American history that still carries value today. Thank you for watching and learning about the 1955 Rare Lincoln Wheat penny. If you enjoy discovering rare and valuable coins from around the world, make sure to subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more fascinating coin stories.